welcome into the game Julie Donaldson, Santana Moss, and Zach Selby here with us. He is our Washington football team insider. You can read a lot of his articles on our website as well. Hey, it's after the bye week. We had to bring you in for some fun to break down where the first half went.
Yeah, you know, I woke up this morning, I felt bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to attack the rest of the season.
I'm not buying that, Tanner.
Zach said he was ready.
Yeah, I'm serious, but I'm telling you, man, after 2-5, you know, I feel like this team's in a good position. You know, they showed a lot of improvement, especially against that Dallas game. You know, beating up on the Cowboys before the bye week. So I think there's still some room for improvement, but they're off to a good starting point, I think.
You know, 2-5 is not something to brag about, but the momentum is on their side. Tana, they say they choose to look at it that they're just outside of first place in the division. Does that make a difference how you view it for a player?
It doesn't make a difference, but you have to view it that way. You have to have some kind of optimism about your situation. I mean, I think what Zach just, said at 2-5, you wish they had a better record. But when you saw them coming into this first stretch of that first half, you kind of, grinned your teeth and said, I don't see many wins. So just to see these guys be able to have the bye week and sitting at 2-5, it gives them a chance to really get rolling in the second half.
All right, let's get into it on the show. This part is called the luck of the draw. And we have a whole bunch of names in the hat. You're going to draw us and tell us their first season grades. All right, you ready? I'm going to have you go Santana first, just because you're the
on the spot. Let me get somebody that I like. Let me see. Dontrell Emmett.
Oh, you wanted a receiver. You got a receiver.
Yeah, I like to talk about my receivers. I think it's I can't give him I'm gonna give him a passing grade. I wanna say it's been fair. The reason why, because when you think about it, as a receiver, we only could be graded by production. I think the opportunities that he was given, he produced. He went out there and caught 2 touchdown passes. He's got 140-something yards and on about 17 catches, a little under 20 catches. So I think with those opportunities, he only can do so much. So I give him a passing grade. I can't say A, B, or C. It's just passing right now because I do believe it's going to have to be somebody else in that receiving corps that steps up. But right now, he's doing enough of what's given.
I like the pass-fail, though. That's like an easy way out of it.
All right, you're gotta strategically feel the ink in the paper to choose the one that I want here. And Kevin Pierre-Louis. All right, so KPL came in from Chicago on a 1-year deal, and this guy really caught the coach's eye pretty early. You know, he's been making plays, he's been doing what the coach has been asking him to do. I'm gonna give him a B+. I think that's a solid answer for him. I think because he's a good option in the passing game. He's solid in the run game. Again, doing what the coaches need of him to do. I think he's definitely gonna. If the team really wants this defense to go where it needs to go, he's gonna have to continue playing better as a result.
All right, I'm going to move ahead to casting our ballot because Tuesday is election day. It is election day here. Very important things going on in our country. So let's, though, talk about the important things going on with this football team. Who do you look forward to in the second half? Who needs to step up? Make your pitch for that.
Well, I don't say this guy needs to step up. I just say I want to see more of this guy. And I think our team should be riding this guy's tail, saying, hey, this guy's 15 catches shy of his rookie campaign. And I'm talking about none other than Terry McLaurin. I want to see more of Terry McLaurin. I think when I was a receiver on this team, I've always told the coaches, look, every series I need at least 1 attempt. And I think the only way that this offense can be a better offense is giving this guy more opportunity. We haven't seen him go deep as much yet. We've seen a lot of underneath stuff. And I think the team is going to start creeping up, knowing that he's catching these slants, he's catching these hitches. Terry can burn, and when they give him a chance to get behind these guys, he can outrun cover 2, he can outrun cover 3. You put a guy out there, this guy's my man. So I want to see more Terry McLaurin.
I think we will. I like being able to get the deep ball to him as well. All right, who are you casting your ballot for, Zach?
Ooh, I feel like I gotta get at my political pointer here and start pointing at the camera here. So my fellow Washingtonians, I've been looking at this guy Logan Thomas the past couple weeks. He's had 102 receiving yards on 7 catches, the most successful 2-game stretch he's had in his entire career as a tight end. That's pretty impressive. And Coach Rivera said that he sees flashes of what he sees in Greg Olsen, which is some pretty high regard considering he was Rivera's tight end for 9 seasons, and you saw what he could do being a 3-time Pro Bowler. But then you see what Logan Thomas can do now. He had 60 yards against the Cowboys, had a touchdown. So if he can be a reliable option for Kyle Allen, then this offense can really, I think they can go some places, going into the rest of the season. So Logan Thomas is my guy.
And you have to remember, he is still relatively young, growing in that position since he did switch it over from quarterback. People are like, no, he's been there for a while, but he hasn't really been at the tight end spot. Okay, it is time now for one of Zach Selby's crazy stats. This is presented by BDO.
So I'm gonna give you a little bit of an advanced analytics stat here, 10.8%. Why does that matter? It's because that's the adjusted sack rate for the Washington defensive line. They have 22 sacks this year, 6 in the NFL. And that 10.8 percentage is ahead of Tampa Bay, which has one of the best defenses in the league, and then just below Pittsburgh for second in the league. So as Kevin Pierre-Louis said a couple weeks ago, is those sacks create turnovers, which create opportunities to score for this team. So, obviously you're going to see a full performance from this team going forward, but the defensive line, I've said all year, is probably the best unit of the entire team. And so far, I'm getting proved right by that.
All right, turn the ball over, give it back to you guys. Put it in your hands to go win the game. There you go. Those are Selby's stats presented by BDO. When we come back here, though, we're going to take a look at the upcoming game. It's going to be the Giants. What does Washington need to do to keep the momentum going?
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
This is London Fletcher. Join me in supporting the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's Red Ribbon Week and National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. Talk to your loved ones about drug misuse, participate in drug prevention and education activities, and take the pledge to be drug-free. Then on Saturday, October 24th, clean out your medicine cabinet of unused, unwanted, expired prescription drugs to take part in National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. Visit DEATakeback.com to find a collection site near you.
Free healthcare. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. Choose VA and see why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov.
Find adventure at an all-wheel drive Honda SUV, now on clearance. Like the turbocharged all-wheel drive CR-V, the versatile all-wheel drive HR-V, or the adventure-ready Passport and Pilot, both equipped with 3 different driving modes. Take back the driver's seat and find adventure with a rugged Honda SUV on clearance. When it comes to the best value, Honda leaves the others in the dust. See your local Honda dealer and start your adventure today.
Yes, my favorite football memory is 2008 against the New Orleans Saints. We was down like 12, maybe 3 minutes and something to go in the game. I remember we backed up on a 99, had to go 99 yards to take the lead. I remember getting Chris Cooley down the middle for a 20-something yard game. And then the next play, we downed the play to Santana Moss. I was able to escape a guy in the pocket and throw a bomb to Santana. When he caught it, he was able to take it in there, seeing Randall L. run and jump over his head, and like he was jumping hurdles, and Santana holding up the 2-1 for Sean Taylor. That was a legendary moment, and I remember that crowd just going absolutely crazy that we had come back and won that ball game. So, shout out to everyone.
And that was Jason Campbell's favorite football memory, presented by Comcast Xfinity. So look, Kyle Allen was able to lead the offense against the Cowboys. Let's now take a look at this week's Allen Read Progressions. It is presented by FedEx. All right, first play, second quarter. It's a 52-yard touchdown pass to McLaurin, Hannah.
This is what I call you ain't nothing without your homeboys. We have Diggs out here talking that junk, and when it came time for him one-on-one, Terry McLaurin gave him the business.
All right, what is it that McLaurin was beating Diggs all day long?
Well, you know, one of the things about offenses and defenses, defensive guys have protection most of the time, especially cornerbacks, and that particular time it was man. So at the end of the day, every receiver should beat a guy when it comes to man. And Diggs was stuck out there on the island and didn't know how to handle his business.
And the second touchdown is a 15-yard pass to Logan Thomas. We were talking about how he's emerged in this offense.
Well, Logan Thomas is just showing you how to make contested catches and getting into the paint. This is what I'm talking about from a tight end that we looking forward to in the second half being our go-to guy.
He says he's a tall, easy target. You're certainly liking him in the red zone.
I love him in the red zone. I think he's one of those guys that's going to play an integral role in the second half of the season. He's showing you time and time again that you throw the ball to me, I'm going to find my way in that dirt.
And just as Allen was able to take control of the play and make adjustments, you have options with your shipments. Use FedEx Delivery Manager to help you take more control over your residential deliveries. You take a look at what Kyle was able to do and sustain those drives. What do you think the main reason is this offense is clicking differently now?
I think one of the reasons is that, one, he knows the offense. And if you had to ask me another one, too, he knows what to do when things break down. I think when things are not there, he just does the best next thing, and that's just to get something out of the play, and he uses feet well.
One of the things they've also done is they did not do in the beginning was convert on third downs.
Yeah.
In the last game against the Cowboys, they've converted on 60% of them. The week before against the Giants, over 50%. Why is it that's working now and it wasn't before?
Everybody's starting to get comfortable. You know, you heard Terry McLaurin talking about, you know, the chemistry that he's building with this guy. Look, at the same time, don't get me wrong, Haskins was a guy that he can rely on last year at one point in time that he was building chemistry with. But I believe that when you have a guy like Kyle Allen, and regardless of, you know, how long he's been in this league, he just knows the offense. He has a comfort that he can go out there and just tell these guys what he's expecting because he's been here before. A lot of these guys are young. You know, Terry McLaurin is on his second year. So when you have these young guys that's eager to listen and eager to be told and say, hey, just what should I do to be open? He's telling them, hey, this is what I'm expecting. And these guys going out there doing their job and it's, you know, adding up into, you know, touchdowns.
All right, real quickly, how do they continue to do that against the Giants this Sunday?
I think one of the things we have to do is look back at the old Giants game, that first Giants game. And to me, I think that game was lost just for turnovers alone. I think those guys had it up on us when it came down to the turnovers. That actually gave them birth. That gave them a chance to be involved in that game. If we cut back on, you know, those turnovers, protect the ball well, we have a chance to be a great team as a whole. I think if you look at our win-loss rate, when it comes down to us having a winning season or being above 500, we lost 2 of those games with just turnovers alone. So we can cut back on that. You know, we have a chance to be in every game and win it.
Didn't have any against the Cowboys. We'll see if they can limit that this time against the Giants. 2 turnovers last time that equaled 14 points, which was absolutely crushing. We'll see how Kyle Allen contains the ball this upcoming Sunday. Thanks for joining us on the game. It was a great bye week. We are fully rested. It is Election Day. We appreciate Zach Selby being on the show. Of course, Santana Moss. I'm Julie Donaldson. We'll see you again next week.
The landscape has changed, and not for the last time. The rules of business are being reinvented with a more flexible workforce, by embracing innovation, by looking not only at current opportunities, but ahead to future ones. Resilience is the ability to pivot again and again for whatever happens next.
People who know BDO.
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
Don't let the comfort fool you. Don't let the attention to detail lead you to believe that a Honda is a delicate machine. You'd be wrong. Underneath every surface that carries a Honda badge, there has always been the capacity to amaze. From the core of everything we have ever built, all the way to the top of where you want to go. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline.
FanDuel's new Best Ball Leagues make it easy to play season-long fantasy. Draft once and FanDuel will optimize your lineup each week. But to make it even easier...
What's up, Jeff?
We hired head coach Jeff Fisher to help Tony on game days.
I've studied the matchups, I've adjusted for bye weeks and injuries, and I'm making paella.
But I'm allergic to shellfish.
You know I can't make it without shrimp.
Thank you, Jeff. You're doing a great job.
FanDuel's Best Ball. There's no easier way to play season-long fantasy. Leagues start at $1. Make your first deposit and get a bonus worth up to $500.
Today and every day, we honor all of those that have served. Visit WashingtonFootball.com/salute to learn more about the NFL's largest military fan club and how you can be a part of our organization 365 days a year.